What is a champion? According to an online article released by Benedictine University, a champion is someone who commits themselves and their organizations to winning in the global marketplace through agility, creativity, and honesty. They are not afraid to make bold moves that not only benefit their organizations but also serve the greater good. With that definition in mind, do you agree that we Filipinos have what it takes to be world class champions? That's something that you would find out as we interview our special guest tonight for this very special episode of Manifest, Master, Inspire. This is the only episode that we are going to have for the whole month of June, and later on, you'll find out why. But before you do, good evening to everyone! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat for tuning in. I already see some friends or we already have viewers. And my name, your host for tonight, my name is Joanna Lazaro. I am a co-owner and CEO of Laurus Enterprises. And from my home to my heart to yours, I am sending you tonight love, positivity, resilience, tenacity. Whatever challenges that you are going through, I hope that you would believe with 100% certainty that this too or that it will too shall pass. This too shall pass. Why do I say that? Because honestly, I'm undergoing some challenges too in my business. In our businesses here in Laurus Enterprises, but we want to believe that it's a beautiful gift for us so that we have an opportunity to go out of our comfort zone and be more resourceful. Right? I hope that you agree with that. If not, let me know in the comment section. Tell me, what do you need to receive tonight? And I am going to send everything to you. From my heart to yours, I hope that you are going to accept everything that I want to share to you tonight. And I'm sure you're very excited and you're looking forward to welcome the one and only founder and a co-owner, my business partner, a very good friend of mine, my mentor in business, in life, in books, the one and only K-pop chairman, Mr. Jerome San.
Hi, good evening everyone. Good evening, Joanna. Yon, malakas na ulan sa inyo?
Yes, ang lakas ng ulan kanina, Jerome. So I was worried that baka biglang mag-freeze ako sa screen. I don't know, for some reason, Jerome, have you experienced that? When the rain is too heavy, biglang nagkakaroon ng problem with internet connections. Do you experience?
We do have. Yes, palagi. Yeah, actually, nandito na yung ulan ngayon, yung malakas.
Yeah, I said to the rain, go away. I don't need you here. Nakinig.
Yeah. So, pumunta dito.
Yun nga, hindi ko naman nasabi na wag sa bahay mo pupunta, Jerome. So for that, I apologize. How are you, Jerome?
Well, in fact, blessing din yung rain because today sa QC, may mga shortage ng water sa certain area. So we're affected. So hindi nagdilig. So ngayon dinidilig yung ulan. So good din.
Libre tubig, right?
Libre tubig. Yun.
Yes. All right. So, Jerome, let's just greet some of our friends tonight. They're already here. Angie San, of course, of Laurus Enterprises. Win, hello. Patrick, hi. Welcome to the show. Win, woohoo! Grabe, I love the energy, Win. I love that. Uy, Mr. Spike, thank you so much po for being with us. Of course, sabi ni Angie, opa. Yun talaga eh. Miss Aurora, are you watching us from Bulacan? Where are you from now? Miss Aurora, good evening to you. Good evening, Sir Spike. And yes, blessing pa rin, sabi ni Win. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Coach Andrea. See you this Friday.
Hello, Andrea.
Excited to interview you. And
Friday.
sabi nung guest natin in a little while, ang cute ni Atsi. Yan. Jerome, I
Uh,
believe because this is the very first time that our special guests are going to is going to join us for this show.
mhm,
Meron siyang mga friends niya na hinatak niya, and this is the first time for them to actually experience or get to know Manifest Master Inspire. So can you
mhm.
please do us the honors of informing them what Manifest Master Inspire is all about?
Sure, with pleasure. So Laurus Enterprises kasi what we do is we do live learning events. So since nung pandemic started last year, March, we postponed all our live events to further notice. But we still want to provide continuing value to our clients and to our learning partners. So that's why we created this Manifest Master Inspire, where we invite most of our learning partners who are crushing it, because a lot of them are businessmen, business people, authors, speakers, trainers, marami, all sorts of industry who's doing very well, also crushing it in this pandemic. So we invite them here to, hopefully to share their story, to share some ideas, so to inspire other people. And that's why we created this. So all of them are manifesting their dream, and ulit, manifesting their
Mastering
dream,
their
mastering their craft, and right now inspiring their world. Yeah.
Yes. So, to all our online audience, welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to our show, and we want to thank you for being with us tonight. And of course, to the suke, to the people who continues to support us every Wednesday, maraming salamat. I'm already seeing a lot of them, mga
Mhm,
familiar names, and people who always tune in to our show. Also, Jerome, let's just inform them kasi
mhm,
we made an announcement 2 weeks ago that for the whole month of June, season
mhm.
break natin.
Yes.
However, biglang return of the comeback, right? After
Special
more than
edition.
2 months, we're here. And we're so excited to share to them why. Why are we
Mhm,
having this special episode? And to share to all of you, our special guest tonight is the author of this book. And I am so glad and fortunate and honored to be one of the holder of this lovely, wisdomful, value-filled book written by our special guest. And in a little while, makikilala nyo na po siya. Yan. So maraming salamat po for our online audience. Please let us know where you are watching us from. How are you guys? So also, as we start the show, allow me to remind you lang of our ground rules. Okay? You know naman guys that we have the best internet providers in the whole wide world, right? So,
mhm.
if ever po that suddenly Jerome and I got cut off, na wala po kami sa screen or even our show, just stay there, stay on our page because definitely we are going to come back right away. Also, we are loving the energy that you are having through the comment section. So yes, we are encouraging you to please interact with us because all these comments of yours, guys, they empower us. They're giving really, they're making us so excited, and they are giving us the energy for tonight's show. Also, if you have questions for our guest later, feel free to put them in the comment section. However, we cannot promise po that we will be able to ask them kasi meron po kami ditong tradition in Manifest Master Inspire. Kapag suki ka po, alam na alam mo na po ito. Jerome, how many questions did we prepare for our guest tonight?
Normally kasi 4,000. So since this is special edition, it should be 4,000 something pa rin. More than 4,000, di ba?
It's actually
Oh my God.
6,276.
Sino ba nagsusulat ng mga question?
Hindi matutulog yung taga-sulat ng questions natin. So I hope
Okay.
our guest is ready for 6,276 questions that we have for him. And for our online audience, get your drink, get your food, guys, because you are in for a huge treat tonight. And wow, Quantum Leapers natin, Jerome, nandito na si Miss Christine Aganon. Hello po. We
Si
also have a
JT.
new friend, Jonathan Tinoco. Hello to you.
Hi, Jonathan.
Yes. Judith, another quantum leap natin. Judith Carranza. Ito na yung mga kakatribo ito ni Coach Edwin. Yes, sabi ni Miss Aurora, I'm in Bulacan right now. Christina Ganon, thank you so much. Daisy Riata, hello, good evening to you. JT or Jonathan Tinoco and Leia, hello. Ang galing ni
Hello.
Edo, sabi ni Christine Aganon. Sabi ni Angie, return of the comeback. I don't know, Atsi, saan ko ba nakuha yan? Noong mga panahon ko talaga, no? Sabi ni Win, 7,000 questions. Sayang, Win, lumampas ka. Alright. Yes, game na siya. And hello to you, Janice. Another Laurus
Janice.
community friend natin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, guys, kung nagbabakal po kami ni Jerome, this is to inform you that everything here is just flowing. Wala po kaming script na binabasa. So, everything is impromptu. So, please, we hope that you are going to enjoy everything that we have prepared for you tonight. And I think they have waited long enough, Jerome. It's time for us to introduce our special guest tonight.
Sige. I'm actually very excited about this guest because let me share with you a quick story lang. When we brought in Chris Gardner, when is this, Chris Gardner?
2016.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah, so I was hosting yung event, which I'm not really a host. So I'm like almost getting panic attack. So I remember our special guest tonight, he's an NLP practitioner. And his wife also is a trained coach, sa mga ganon. So they're the go-to guy ko. So every time I break, ako, speakers talking na, I have to go to the green room and look for them, our special guest. And he'll do some NLP ritual on me para lang mawala yung panic attack ko.
Yes.
So it helps a lot. It helps a lot. And I'm very thankful for this very, very special person tonight. So let me introduce him to you. Our guest... Yes.
Jerome, sorry, just to add to what you have just shared to our audience, we also want to acknowledge them because the reason that they were there, that they can support you every time that you are having the nerves or yung panic attack nga that you were mentioning. It's because he and Coach Reza, who is another friend of ours here in Laurus Enterprises, are there for the event as Karma Crews. They were our support system that time, meaning they were helping us manage the whole event without pay. Ganyan po sila kabait. Ganun po kabait ang lahat ng mga Karma Crew po natin. So, hello to all our Karma Crews. If you're watching, wave, let us know in the comment section so that we can acknowledge you. Yan. So, go ahead,
Jerome. Sila yung
Jerome.
backbone ng mga live events natin.
Yes. Kung wala sila, Jerome, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine kung paano natin nagagawa lahat.
Yes. So, sige, let me introduce our special guest for tonight. He's the founder and the head coach of Winning Coaching. In the past 13 years, he developed his practice as a certified neuro-linguistic programming, or known as NLP practitioner, and conducts live coaching sessions for companies, public seminars, and individual clients. He's also a corporate trainer and consultant for some of the top companies in the Philippines. He's a co-creator of Skyrocket, their signature program, the 60-day goal fulfillment program where participants go for their professional and personal goals. He leads a fast-growing community called Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club. Bagay ako dyan, 5 a.m. Club. Okay.
Yeah, 5 a.m. sila gumigising. Ikaw, 5 a.m. natutulog.
Mostly 6:30 ng umaga. Okay. Which led to the World-Class Filipino Summit, where they're helping Filipinos to give their excellence to the world. He's the author of You Can Be Happy Again, which Joanna showed you the book, Breakthrough Tips from a Life Coach. Yes, that's the one. Launched at Manila International Book Fair, he serves as a pastoral ministry head at the Feast, a Catholic community led by Sanchez. So without further ado, please help us welcome Coach Edwin Soriano.
Thank you so much, my friend Joanna, my mentor Jerome. Maraming salamat for having me on your show. I just like to start by sharing na Laurus, we're very thankful for your partnership and for your friendship. yes, kami ni Coach Reza, nagsa-staff kami para sa seminars. And one reason is because we experienced something very good, something awesome, and we wanted to share it back. And yan, palagi na lang tayo nagtutulungan. Si Jerome, naging guest speaker rin namin siya sa Skyrocket 60-day Goal Fulfillment Program. So maraming salamat.
Yes.
Tulungan lang tayo. Giver's gain, di ba? Thank you.
Yes, pay it forward, givers gain. And this is how we roll. As always say, this is how we roll in this pandemic by helping each other. Tayo-tayo lang. Then talaga yung mag-push for one another and mag-cheer for one another. Yes,
Yes.
Coach Edwin, thank you so much on behalf of your Laurus family, Jerome, myself, Jev, and Angie. We are so grateful to you for saying yes to this very special episode. And later on, i-reveal po natin bakit po ba siya super special. And for our audience, you have to tune in until the end of this entire conversation because we have some special announcement and we might have something for you that is truly, truly exclusive to you as you stay with us until the end of this Facebook Live with the one and only Coach Edwin Soriano. So, Coach, ready for 6,276 question? Naalala ko pa ba?
Go! Go! All set.
All right.
Yes.
So, Jerome, let's start with the very first question. Tan-tanana.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay, Coach Edwin, so since right now you're quite successful in doing what you're doing as a coach, but we wanna like know how did you start? Because I know you didn't start as a coach muna before. So can you tell us yung story nyo? How did you start?
Yes, I started, nung pinanganak ko nung 1975, coach na ako in
Ang layo.
Ang layo na niya, how did we start?
Question.
Yes.
Nung lumabas ka po ba sa womb, yung flipboard mo po kasama din po bang nailabas ng nanay mo?
Kasabay ng flipboard, pinanganak may kasamang flipboard, flip chart.
Tama ka siya, marker.
Kaya, total, nagkukulitan na tayo dito ngayon. Trivia, I share this trivia. Itong flip chart na to, kasabay ko si Jerome na binili itong flip chart na to. So this is a product of Train the Trainer program of Success Resources. Right after ng training namin, diretsong Binondo. Galing sa airport, hindi naman diretsong Binondo. But within a few days, we were in Binondo getting flip charts in preparation for the training that we were going to conduct right after Train the Trainer in Singapore. 2000? Anong year yun?
2016.
2016.
Yes.
Okay, so that happened in 2016. So let me backtrack around 9 years prior to that. I was in one of my downest moments, my rock bottom. 2007 2005 to 2007, yun yung period na lugmok ako sa kahirapan. Hindi naman kahirapan, sa heartbreak. Let's just call it heartbreak. Actually, I was very successful in my career at that time, in my health. Mananakbo ako nung time na yon. I was part of Intel, the chip maker back then. Yon, meeting all new friends and hanging out with very colleagues who were caring for each other for so very well. And yon, family life okay with my siblings and my parents, pero yon, heartbroken lang. Bakit? Matanong niyo kung bakit. Ganito yung itsura ko nung time na yun.
Bakit? Oh my gosh.
Bakit? Because Sino siya? Ayun. At that time I was married and it was by that time it was a 14-year relationship na nung time na yun. And we were married for around 2.5-3 years nung time na yun. And yun, she decided to leave. So doon ako nadatnan ng personal development. I was in my rock bottom and mukha akong, alam niyo yung movie na Inside Out, si Sadness. Ayan,
Yes po.
ako yun. Ganun yung itsura ko nung time na yun. Yung parang, ang bigat dalhin. Yung kaibigan ko sabi, no ka nga, huwag ka nga lumapit sa akin, nahahawa ako sa'yo. Ganun, ganun,
Ah,
ganun ako ka-down. I had a very negative energy back then. And then in 2007, after akong ma-reject in a very big way, lumipad ako ng Canada para sundan yung wife ko nung time na yun. Pero hindi ako pinagbuksan ng pintuan. That's my shortest version of the story.
sakit. Coach Wait, allow me to
Ay,
breathe.
pause.
Pause.
Breathe. Ayan,
Oh my
sige po.
gosh.
Sorry. Everybody take a deep breath.
From
Ayan.
Philippines to Canada, you travel all the way, tapos hindi ka man lang pinagbuksan ng pinto. Ang sakit
Ayun.
naman.
And for a very long time, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit. Pero naintindihan ko na lang siya later on, many months later. At yung mga detalye nun, masyadong may 6,275 questions pa tayo. Kaya yung mga detalye nun, it's in this book. And later on, no, hang on, Sheila, Tech, please remind me, I can give the audience a copy, an ebook copy of the book na hawak ni Joanna. Doon, nakasulat doon yung detalye. Bakit nga ba? Ba't niya ako iniwan? Ba't di ako pinagbuksan ng pintuan? Sige, nandun yon sa detalye. Later on, we'll give it away. Okay? Thank you so much. And then, in 2007, doon ko na-discover yung personal development. First, I started by reading books of Brother Bo Sanchez, Robert Kiyosaki, Think and Grow Rich, nung time na yun. And then I attended my first seminar, August of 2007. And in that seminar, gulat na gulat ako na parang, syempre, meron tayong mga high school retreats, meron tayong mga work seminars na technical, ganyan. It was my very first time to be on a personal development seminar. And I was ready for it. And I was prepared for it because parang yun yung kailangan ng katawan ko, ng puso ko nung time na yun. Sinulit ko yung seminar na yun. Sulit na sulit. Kasi kung yung iba, humihikbi ng kunyari, ganun lang, no? Kasi naiiyak sila sa talk, naiiyak sila sa Ako, sinulit ko. Ang iyak ko, ugly cry. Because nandun yung puso ko nung time na yun. Talagang I was crushed. I felt crushed. And all those activities that we did in a span of 4 days, from Thursday hanggang Sunday, doon talaga bumuksan yung isipan ko, yung puso ko sa personal development. And it was so, ang laki ng tulong sa akin. Leading to that seminar, as in, super away na kami ng wife ko nung time na yun. And di na kami halos nag-usap for the past 3 months. Pero within those 4 days, sorry na ako, nakahingi na rin ako ng patawad nung time. Pareho lang yun Sorry, hingi ng patawad.
Translate.
Ayun, nag-forgive na rin ako nung time na yun. And without expecting anything, by the 4th day of the seminar, ayan, she reverted back to me via email. Napaka-professional, no? And agreed to have a conversation with me. That's where it started, that seminar. And nung time na yun, we had 100 people in the seminar. And yun nga, yung nag-iiyakan because it was a cathartic experience, yung napakalaking healing. So 100 people lang yun, no? Kaya super laking gulat ko nung 2000, if I'm not mistaken, 2010. 2010, nung una ako nag-attend ng M.M.I sa Singapore. Si P. Harv Eker pa yung trainer namin nung time na yun. So, ang prior experience ko, no, 100 people in a room na at the same time going through an experience and making it very emotional and cathartic. Pagdating namin sa M.M.I, ilang tao yun? Reza, ilang tao yun? Mga 5,000, if I remember correctly. 5,000 people, iba't ibang lahi. You had Taiwanese, you had Japanese, you had Korean, you had Vietnamese, Singaporean, Malaysian, Filipinos in one room. Yung iba hindi nag-i-English, kaya pag sinabi, turn to somebody beside you, give them a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. Ang katabi ko, Chinese. So magcha-Chinese din ako, cheng chong chong, ganyan din ako. Siyempre, alam naman nila na kung anong ibig ko sabihin, di ba? Yun, tawanan kami ganyan. Pero it was so amazing to experience M.M.I. na parang, OMG, 5,000 people going through a process and everybody is going through a powerful experience individually, even if we are being led by one person on stage leading us through a process. Each of those individuals was going through their experience. When I took NLP 2 years later, 2012, doon ko naintindihan, in retrospect, para akong natutong magluto after so many years na kumakain lang na yung consuming the feast. Ngayon, tinuruan ako magluto ng feast. And in NLP, when I learned about NLP, doon ko nakita, kaya pala, that's why the seminar in 2007 works. Kasi ito yung sinasabi ng facilitator, ito yung pinapagawa niya, kaya siya nagpapataas ng kamay, kaya siya turn to the person beside you, kaya ka pinapatayo, kaya ka pinapa-imagine, anong kulay, anong texture. That entire thing natutunan ko in NLP, lumalim ang pagka-intindi namin, both myself and Reza. Lumalim yung pagkaintindi ko sa mga seminars. It's no longer it from the front, so may stage dyan, di ba? Or may screen dyan. It's no longer just experiencing the seminar. It's also understanding why the seminar works. Apa ng sagot ko? Isang tanong pa lang yun. So that's how it started.
But Coach, may additional tanong. What made you decide to become a coach? At what point? Doon sa journey na yun.
Yeah. Okay. So, nabanggit ko na yung first seminar ko was in August 2007. Naalala ko pa, nung present, during that 4 days, 2007. The seminar is called PSI. And then in that PSI seminar, present sa amin, okay, how many of you have big goals? Siyempre ako, nilayasan na nga ako ng wife ko nung time na yon. Siyempre, gusto kong magpagwapo. Gusto kong, I was ready for 2 years, 3 years. Medyo down na down ako. Ako si Sadness. By the time na nandun ako sa seminar, nandun na si Joy. Okay, sige, game. Pagandahin ko na lang buhay ko para total, iniwan na ako. Pagandahin ko na lang yung buhay ko. So, there was a program presented to us. It was a goal fulfillment program, 90-day goal fulfillment program. At yung isang method para magawa namin yung 90-day goal fulfillment program is kami mismo, meron kaming coach. So that's the program I went into. Naka-experience ako ng coaching. Coach Linso, ang aking first ever coach. And I gained so much from that program. I learned so much na batch 69 ako dun sa bilang ng batch 70 nag-coach na ako. So after I experienced coaching, I gained so much that I wanted to help other people through coaching. Ako naman yung naging coach nung time na yun. So yun, very soon after I was coaching, may clients ako. My first client was a lawyer. So medyo taranta pa ng konti kasi maalam, very good with words, etc., etc. And yet, even as a coach, even if a coach is junior to the client, if the intention is clear, if the agreement is there, coaching can be very beneficial even if the client is a CEO, a senior person, and then the coach is younger. For instance, I'll give you an example. Kaka-message lang sa akin ng coach ko in Australia. I have a coach in Australia. His name is Edwin Soriano. And he's younger than me. Take note ha, ako yung kliyente. Siya yung coach. He's younger than me. And I empowered him to coach me. Bakit? Because I knew that I couldn't do it on my own. So I asked a coach who is around 10 years younger than me to coach me. And ang ganda ng Ang ganda ng relationship namin, the coaching relationship we had. So yeah, that's when I transitioned to being a coach. The first the first skill that I learned back then was ICF, International Coaching Federation. It's really asking questions. Asking questions that created space in the person's mind and heart na parang, uy, o nga no, hindi ko pa naiisip yun ah. Or, ba't nga ba hindi ko pa ini-entertain yung tanong na yan? Baka may ina-avoid ako. Baka may dinedenay ako. So back then, my method was asking questions. Later on, in 2012, I learned NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, from an organization that's turning 10 this year, Train Station, from Karel Mangaliag, R.R. Herrera. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they were my mentors in NLP, and I learned to coach using processes, NLP processes. Guide the client through a process, and the client will, essentially, yung M.M.I, dun ko nakita na parang, OMG, yung ginagawa ko one-on-one, ginagawa na ng M.M.I 1 to 5,000.
Yes.
Yung mga proseso ni TR Becker. Si TR Becker is an NLP practitioner. He uses NLP in his programs.
Correct. Coach, question, in addition to that question, Coach, would you say that you being a coach right now is born, is it like a eureka moment for you? Or do you think it's a calling from the very beginning?
I have a very strong feeling that I was built talaga. I was born to be a coach. I have a college friend. She was around 3 years younger than me. And then when I started calling myself a life coach back in 2007, 2008, 2008, 2009, nag-message siya sa akin, Yahoo Messenger. Sino sa inyo ang gumagamit ng Yahoo Messenger hanggang ngayon?
Hanggang ngayon, hindi na.
Meron pa ba?
Yahoo Messenger. Meron siyang very memorable message na sinend sa akin. Sabi niya sa akin, Kuya Edong, yun pa yung tawag niya sa akin. Ka-org namin ni Christina, ganon. Sabi niya, Kuya Edong, even before you started calling yourself a life coach, that's what you were for me.
So beautiful.
So yung life coach title, it came up na lang later on, 2008 onwards. But even before, I felt that it was in my heart, it was in my system, it was in my DNA to help people discover something better than what they currently had. And thank you.
Thank you. And now, the Miss Universe, or Mr. Universe, rather. So, you already talked about Millionaire Mind Intensive and how you get started with your journey to personal development. And the beautiful thing about your journey, Coach, is that it's a continuous journey. It's still ongoing, right? When you look at personal development, you cannot say that I'm already done, I'm made, right? So you continue to the journey. So now, Coach, I want to ask you, because you are really a person who heavily invests in your personal growth. Can you share to us your motivation in terms of your growth and self-development, and even that the pandemic is happening? Sabi mo nga, you have a coach who is younger than you.
Yes.
What motivates you to keep on going, to continue investing?
Okay, sige Gabe. When I found out that I was going to be asked this question, kinuha ko yung aking kodigo because me and my team of coaches. So in our team of coaches, there's me, there's Coach Reza, there's Coach Pat, Coach Marcy, etc. And then we did an inventory of how we have invested in our personal growth. Yung entire coaching team namin, inad namin lahat. 10.2 million pesos invested.
Wow!
In learning, in seminars, in certifications. 10.2. Of course, that's a team, no? Ang valedictorian sa aming team, si Coach Reza. So she's taken seminars and certifications in the US and in Australia. Siya na lang magsabi kung ano yung figure niya. Ako, I've invested 2.4 plus million.
Which is still huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi parang like a condominium na eh. Or parang Subaru.
And that's in
And
the
that was
span
before before hindi siya mura eh. I mean, if you're gonna say 2 point something million right now, parang mahal pa rin. But that was before. Before it's even more expensive.
Yes.
Yes. And the reason we've invested so much in ourselves is, nasusulit namin eh. Let me tell you why. Minsan may mga nakakatabi kami sa seminar na okay lang. Pero kami, pag nasa seminar kami, nag-invest tayo ng pera. Kailangan sulitin. Kailangan mag times 2, times 3, times 4. And because nagta-times 4, nagta-times 5, nagta-times 10, that's the reason we know that may ROI. I'll tell you a second reason why we invest so much on ourselves. Yung example, yung 500,000. We went through a program which Laurus went through also with Red Fever. Hindi ko na lang sasabihin yung numero. Pero pag mag-invest kami nun, ang benefits, is not just to us. Ang nagbe-benefit, yung mga kliyente namin na nare-reach namin. So essentially, what happens when I invest in myself, when we invest in our team, kahit ako, I would spend to have our team trained. Ayun. Pag na-train yung tao, number one, example ako, pag na-train ako, number one, permanente na to sa akin eh. Kung ano yung natutunan ko noong 2007, hawak ko pa rin hanggang ngayon eh. And it's with me forever. And then, I get to magnify whatever it is that I learned. Para tayong parang, how do I, parang siyang lever. Yung 10 kilos can be lifted by 1 kilo just by positioning the lever at the right place. That's how I see learning eh. Nasusulit ko yung learning ko dahil na-apply ko na siya agad to benefit other people. So when I spend a certain amount, 500,000 or more, whatever that is, whether it's 5,000 pesos or 50,000, 500,000, ang pinaka-importante sa akin is ma-apply ko agad. Not to be applied next month or next year or in 6 months, ma-apply ko as early as I can para mag-umpisa nang bumalik yung ininvest namin sa program na yan.
Oo. Parang what you're saying to us, Coach, is that it doesn't stop from learning, from attending seminars. Right away, there should be an application. Otherwise, it's just going to be additional knowledge for you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, did it change something? Diba?
Yeah.
If
Did it
it's your
change
business,
you? Yes. Did it change you? Did it change your business, your relationships? Did it change the way you serve your clients? So tuloy-tuloy lang yan. I can imagine kami ni Coach Reza, siguro kahit 50, 60. Meron tayong mga kaklase na 65, 70 years old. And they're still, exactly. Diba? So, si Mami N, diba? Who was one of your guests also in M.M.I. Diba? So, tuloy lang yan because that's our way also of building not just our own value, but value for other people.
I love what you said there. We build value not only for ourselves.
Thank you, Coach Andrea.
Mga successful people, Coach, like Oprah, Warren Buffett, diba? Even until now, they really invest in their self-growth despite the billions in their bank account. But they really advocate. Yes, they really advocate that. They would all often say to people na, go get a book, read a book, or go get a coach.
Mabanggit ko sa inyo, no? I'm actually in a business mastermind which meets every Wednesday 8 p.m. Medyo nag-absent ako today. Yung isa naming mentor doon, ang computation niya for each book that he reads, ang katumbas nun is, can you see me? Ayan. Ang katumbas ng each book that he reads, yes, he might buy it for 250 pesos, for 300, 400 pesos. But based on his computations, dahil na turn around niya yung learning niya per book, 750,000 pesos ang halaga ng isang libro sa kanya. Bakit? Kasi na-apply niya. So that book isn't 350 pesos, it is 750,000 pesos in the hands of a person who will use it hourly. Boom! Magkano ang libro? Magkano ang halaga ng libro sa kamay mo? Nice! Woo!
You know, it reminds me din kasi even Blair Singer, who trained us at Train the Trainer, he always mentioned until now he meet his coach like every month yata or something. He still have a coach. Yeah. While coaching other people then.
Yep. Oh, coaches need coaches also. So for instance, when you're looking for a coach who can guide you, one of the questions that you can, pag nasa exploratory phase kayo, one of the questions that you can ask your potential coach is, sino ang coach mo? Because if he believes that coaching is good for everybody, that person, he or she, also needs to be coached. So, sino yung coach? Yeah.
Yes. Kasi even though naman coach, di ba, kumbaga parang even though the many years that you have studied and invested in yourself, there are still new learnings that would come up. And at the same time, because at the end of the day, you're still human. You still have emotions. So sometimes you get affected with everything that's happening to you, especially when you are dealing with people. And sometimes you absorb their energy. So it's very important also that there will be somebody to help you manage your own emotions as well. And ma-release mo rin siya one way or another. Diba? Tama po ba yun?
That's right. Yes, in a big way that is right. There is always something that I need to fix in myself or in my relationships. Yung isang nabanggit ni Joanna na nadadown na some coaches would yung energy level bumababa because of their exposure to their clients. And I know why. I came from there. When I was starting as a coach, ganun din yung experience ko na parang after a coaching session na may kinoach ako, pagod ako. Nagbago siya through the years. Through the years, when people ask me, hindi ka ba napapagod sa coaching? Maybe physically, may kapaguran, there's fatigue, pero spiritually, emotionally, na-nourish ang spirit ko kapag nagko-coaching kami. Na-energize, na-re-energize kami. And the reason is, right there and then na-witness namin yung transformation ng tao. And when you see that kind of transformation, OMG, nakaka-addict. As in, ako mismo, habang nakikita ko yung kliyente ko na nagta-transform, na bago yung isip, bumukas ang puso, bumukas ang mukha. Anong itsura ng bumukas yung mukha? Alam mo yung sarado yung mukha? Yung nakakuntong noo, ang sungit-sungit, tapos naging maaliwalas.
Yes.
OMG, nakaka-high. So, ang experience ko in coaching, and it's the same for Coach Reza, coaching for us has been very energizing. It's a big blessing for us to have this kind of practice na right there and there. Within that 30-minute, 1-hour session, makita mo yung resulta ng coaching. And I'm super blessed that way.
I love that.
Kaya pala Edwin, yung cover ng book mo, yung kulay green, is yung nakasarado na mukha.
Yes. So, ito yung sarado mukha, ang sungit-sungit. Ngunit within that coaching session, ayan, nagiging maaliwalas, nagiging maganda.
Pero coach, is that different po ba from this book?
That is the first edition. This is the second edition.
Okay. So
I have yung
guys,
first din sa office.
what I have in my possession is a
Ayan,
rare
500 copies lang yan. Oo.
rare copy pala yung meron ako.
Yan. Oh, yes. Super. Super. Thank you.
Yes. Well, Coach, let me ask din, no? Kasi
Yeah.
during this pandemic, a lot of things have changed. Some people lose their business. Some
Yeah.
business naman nag-cut. A lot of people lose their job then. Some got affected, not just yung physical health, but mental health then was affected. For you, what is the biggest lesson you learned during this pandemic that you would bring with you even everything was settled down na? The greatest lesson you learned?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question. And it's not an easy question to answer kasi ang dami eh. After 1.5 years, 1 years and 4 months na nasa pandemic tayo, na naka-lockdown tayo. Ang dami pwede matutunan. Bring it to the top. It is build value. Build value for our people. That is why this, ayan, kanina pa nandito to, no? Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. This was born out of the desire to help other people, to build value for other people. Nung nag-umpisa yung pandemic last year, March, for around 1 month, parang petics lang. Hindi naman sa petics lang. We were doing a lot of volunteer work back then, helping out with Rock Ed Carpool. Pero in terms of serving clients, nung time na yun, ano natin is serving clients? Prior to this, we were doing all our sessions face-to-face, or most of our sessions face-to-face. How do we do it now? So, doon pa lang, the lesson was, okay, find ways to provide value to people. And I feel that will continue to be the theme of all our programs, all our coaching programs, even my volunteer work at the Feast in PICC, in Bay Area, even my ministry work, even within this club, Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club, meron kaming 5 to 6 a.m. main session. Pero nanganganak siya ng nanganganak. Nagkaroon kami ng Bible study, nagkaroon kami ng co-creator space, nagkaroon kami ng entrepreneur circle. And these different groups, hindi na ako yung nag-lead. These are our leaders of the club creating value for not just for our members, but also for other, outside the club. And that's the theme. That's the theme of Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. First, win your day, win your morning. That's one. And then, more recently, ang campaign namin is offer more. You're an entrepreneur, you're an employee, even if you're an employee, offer more. Kung ganito ka noon, mag-deliver ng excellence mo, pwede mo bang dagdagan? Pwede mo bang gawing mas masaya ang delivery mo ng excellence? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur. If you are at this level as an entrepreneur, can you offer more? Can you delight the customer even more? Can you reach out to more people? Offer more. So that's been the theme for Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club for the past many months, in the desire to give more value to other people. That's how we will help each other. That's how we will develop our country. That's how we will develop ourselves, by stretching ourselves and offering more. Ayan. Many of our members are here. So thank you so much, Rise, for supporting. Si Brother Spike is there as well.
Yes. Yeah. So since Coach, you mentioned them, allow me to read some of the comments that we have. Kasi yung ating comment section, it's exploding with wonderful feedback or feedback from the people watching us tonight. Let me just start with Ito, nag-start to kay Janice Janice Senyorin de la Cruz. Nung pinanganak si Coach, tinanong niya agad ang mami niya ng empowering question. What would be
Why are you here? Oh, yan.
Yes.
What is your goal? Parang ganyan.
Can you indulge us, Janice? What do you think was the question of Coach Edwin to her mom when the moment he was born? Coach Edwin, kunwari ikaw yon, imagine, what would be the first question you have for your mom back then? Kunwari,
Why?
we live in this world na yung mga babies, they can speak right
Kaya
away
nang
and
magsalita,
what
no?
they're doing. Yes.
Ayan. So, ang tanong dyan is, why are you here? Ayan. Yan ang unang tanong ko sa nanay ko. Why are you here? Ayan. What is the, ayan, ang suggestion ni Jan is, what is my name? Ayan, pwede rin. Pero, ayun. Bakit yan ang pinangalan nyo sa akin? Mga ganyan, no? Ayan. By
Yes,
the way, no,
Mommy, why Edwin? Nakigsi. Parang ganyan.
bakit Edwin? Ayan, first meaning of my name is Edwin is a good friend. And then second meaning of my name, by the way, no, shinare ng aming friend, si Ariel Manyalak. Sabi niya, Edwin, sa pangalan mo pa lang, meron ka ng affirmation inside.
Really?
Winner, di ba? You're a winner. Edwin,
Oh,
winner.
yes. Tama.
Yes.
Nice.
Kaya
Thank you
pag
for
pinagsama
sharing
kami
that.
ni Winchester at ni Edwin, win-win kami, di ba?
Yes, win na win. Alright. Sige. Thank you so much, Janice. Can you just imagine, no? Nakakreate tayo ng another question out of this feedback. So, from basic yata, baka nag-journal ka na rin daw agad. Grabe yung mga coach, grabe yung mga imaginations nila. Member ko na
Speaking of
Rise
journal, meron tayo. Speaking of journal, kanina I mentioned that our community, we just keep offering more, just building value for other people. Our community came up with a journal, Rise Up to Raise Up. So once upon a time, this did not exist, and now it's here. It's a journal. It's a daily journal, 90-day journal, where you have gratitude and top 3 focus areas of the day. And
Nice.
yun, these were ideas. These are pandemic ideas. This is our devotional, Ruach devotional, written by si Janice yun. Ay, hindi. Ayan. Written by, ayan, nandyan si Judith Carranza. Ayan. Written by
Wow.
members of our
Wow.
community. Hanapin ko si Janice. Ang aking, ayan, si Janice.
Oo.
So,
Ang galing.
these are ideas that came to fruition during the pandemic. And
Yes.
kung hindi nag-pandemic, ganito pa kaming ganito? Malamang hindi. But
Correct.
because
You know
the
what?
opportunity is there and the need is there.
Yes, coach, it's just a matter of perspective. Eh. The pandemic can be a gift or it can be a curse. However you want to think of it, you're right. Parang kay Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you think pandemic is a curse or it's a gift for you, you're both right. We cannot question you because that's your own belief. But maybe if you think that it's a curse, baka we invite you to look at it on a different perspective lang. All right. So sabi ni Jeneline, ang sakit, coach, kanina yung reaction namin when you were starting your love story or you're sharing your love story. Ramdam ni Jeneline yung sakit, coach. Pero sabi naman ni na Laurus family, coach, nag-focus sila dun sa free gift mo eh. Woohoo! Free gift. Si Kem Magbata is here. Hi, Kem. Patrick Gante,
Hi, Kem.
awesome to meet you. Awesome evening. Thank you, Coach Edwin, sabi ni Laurus family, for your generosity. Indeed, biglang nag-offer ng book copy, right? Thank you, Coach. Tapos, my sister from another mother, Charity Sebastian, is here. My best friend who lives in Taiwan, Coach. She's watching us also tonight. Hello, Tess. Best, love you and I miss you. Jeneline said, baka mamaga ang mata ko sa book mo, Coach. Actually, nung nabasa ko na po ito kasi before, alam mo yung reaction ko, Coach Edwin, back then? What? Kasi when I met you, I already know you and Coach Reza as a husband and wife. So, it's something that was totally unexpected for me. Tapos sinabi ko, totoo ba to? Tapos I went back, wait, nalito ako. Totoo ba? Ibang tao ba itong pinag-uusapan natin? Kasi parang I got confused. Sabi ko, is it Coach Reza ba? Hindi naman. So, yun. Pero it was, so, parang it's a gift. Parang I just want to commend you for your courage and at the same time your vulnerability, Coach, that you were able to share that story of yours. And I'm sure you inspired millions of people around there, men and women alike,
Thank you.
with when you shared your story to them. Kasi sometimes, diba, when you undergo such an unhealthy and sad, diba, traumatizing event in your life. Sometimes for people, napapako na sila dun eh. But for you, you use that moment in your life to help you rise up and become a better person. And look at you right now. You have created so many wonderful things around you. And ang maganda dun, Coach, you are helping a lot. Ang dami mong dinadala because of your mission right now. Right? So,
Yes.
sabi na Janice, natatawa sila sa mga conversation natin. Bea, another quantum leap natin, Coach.
Ay, Bea.
Hello, Bea. Yeah, Nueva Vizcaya. Tama ba ako, Bea? Sana naalala ko na ng tama. Sabi din ni Jeneline, tama po, mag-invest sa sarili. Sabi ni Coach Andrea, yes, ideas without action are just concept. And she agrees with what you said a while ago about coaching, Coach. Yan. Yan. Sabi rin ni Janeline, apply what we have learned. Sabi ulit ni Janice, you cannot give what you do not have. And again, si Coach Andrea, that sparkle in their eyes. Our friend Spike said, trainers are being trained by trainers, mentors are being mentored by mentors, coaches are being coached by coaches. I love that. Thank you,
Yes.
Spike. Yan. All right.
Ganda.
Romel Sampil, hello to you, outperforming the previous you. Thank you, Sir Coach Edwin, for sharing that wisdom. Yan. So, ito na yung si Janice kanina. What is my name? All right. Dreams come true in Rise Up. Yes, indeed. So, another question that I have for you, Coach, is that because even before this pandemic happened, and I think this is also related to what you have shared to us a while ago when you shared to us your personal story. Right now that we are in this pandemic, we are hearing a lot of people getting depressed. But the truth is, even before the pandemic happened, Coach, there are a lot of people who are experiencing so much stress, and they are worried, and they're carrying this anxiety in their lives, and minsan it led to depression. Coach, as a life coach, an NLP practitioner with 13 years of experience under your belt, for people who are listening to right now who might be undergoing something, worry, stress, anxiety, panic attack, or probably depression, what advice can you share to them right now?
Thank you for that wonderful question. I love questions like this, and this is what I live for, para makatulong sa ibang tao. Okay? First answer, action. Okay? Very literally, movement. Ang depression, ang anxiety, ang panic attacks, nangyayari yon when you are stagnant, when yung isipan mo ang daming iniisip, and what's the fastest way to step out of this? It is through action. What does this mean? Take out the trash, magligpit ka ng bahay mo, mag-walking ka, mag-jogging ka, do something that is action-oriented. That's the start. Okay? Number 2, after action, you need to set up a good routine. Okay? Halimbawa, kung ang tulog mo minsan alas 12, minsan alauna, alas 2, alas 3, kung nag-iiba-iba ang tulog mo, that doesn't help you. Your blood levels or your hormone levels are changing, and you're not helping in stabilizing them. So you gotta establish a routine. Sleep at the right time and wake up at a consistent time also. Hindi nakakatulong yung minsan gigising ka ng alas 8, minsan alas 10, minsan alas 12 ng tanghali. That doesn't help you. So first, action. Second, establish a routine. What does that mean? On a day-to-day basis, you need to have a couple of things that you do consistently. That could include your exercise, that could include your sleeping pattern, that could include a daily call. Okay, so and then this connects na rin with the third item. Third item is connect. Everybody say connect. Connect.
Connect. Connect!
Connect. Okay? You need to connect
Connect ka
with
dyan!
connect ka dyan. Okay? You need to connect with people. Ang anxiety, depression, even thoughts of suicide, this comes up when you are disconnected with people. Okay? So, yung loved ones mo, alam ba nila kung anong pinagdadaanan mo? Okay? Yung mga kaibigan mo, minsan, we had a client recently, no? Meron kaming couple client, they're based in New York, and they were on the verge of breaking up. By the way, I feel that, of course, one reason why people with marriage problems, medyo na-attract ko sila dahil sa background ko, dahil sa pinanggalingan ko. This couple, they were on the verge of breaking up, as in na-discover, their problems have been, gusto ko sana sabihin na their problems started during the pandemic, pero it actually started earlier than that, pero it actually started even in their childhood. But that's a long story, so that's because of their background, no? But through coaching, natulungan namin sila. Isa sa mga ginawa namin for the husband was to renew his connections with old friends. Bakit? Dahil in-isolate nila yung sarili nila in the US without contacting their loved ones here in the Philippines or old friends. Nagkandaloko-loko na ang buhay niya, walang nakakaalam. Ibig sabihin, he can be, let's just say something like, he can do not so good things without anybody finding out. Okay? And when it's easy to do bad things na walang nakakaalam, you're setting yourself up for failure. Kasi, ayun, there's nobody to stabilize you or to keep you grounded. So, isa sa mga ginawa niya is he reconnected with his old friends, the friends that he respected, the friends that yung mga kabarkada niya who had high regard for him. And when you go back into that situation, yung connections, the human connections that were nourishing, that were nurturing, syempre yung mga bad thoughts, sometimes you can call them evil thoughts, you start remembering the goodness in you by reconnecting with friends. Sometimes it's old friends who nourish you, who nourish your soul, or sometimes it is also new friends, creating new relationships that can help you be a better person. So 3 things: action, routine, connection. ARC. And I think kakagawa ko lang po niyan. Ngayon lang.
Great. I love it.
You create an arc between where you are to where you want to be. Yan.
Actually, it reminds me yung yung kay Marisa Peer. He say why drug addict or mga people because they get disconnect with people din eh. And parang exactly what you're saying. And parang that's why once they don't want to connect naman. Which sabi niya, you need to connect to heal.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes, addiction is the disconnection from society. There's that popular study about yung experiment with the mice na binigyan sila ng cocaine drip or something like that. Pero if they are in an environment na maganda yung because mice, daga, they are social creatures eh. Pag may mga kasama sila na may playground sila, tapos nandyan yung mga kaibigan nila, hindi nila pinapansin yung cocaine drip because they get their high from their friends. Ayun, just by being with friends, good friends, ayun, nanonourish na ang kanilang soul.
Yes. Sobrang ganda, Coach. ARC. I love the acronym. It's easy to remember, but at the same time, it's easy to do. But sometimes, Coach, easier said than done, right? And then sabi nga natin, you have to connect. Just a follow-up question in relation to that, coach. Um, there are, paano ba? There are instances kasi, coach, na, for example, kunwari ako na lang, I would have a friend. I'll never know if my friend needs me until the person reach out to me, right? So, it all lies with our ability and courage probably to reach out to another person because for our friends, for our families and relatives, they really don't know what's happening to you, what's going on in your mind. Kumbaga parang halimbawa, you're married and iisipin mo, asawa kita, dapat alam mo yung nararamdaman ko, which is, tama ba yun, coach? Parang, di ba parang mali? Kasi you are your own thoughts pa rin eh. Hindi po pwedeng iasa natin dun sa significant other na naiintindihan ka niya right away. What can you say to that, coach?
What can I say about that? Ayun, bonus. It's a bonus if your spouse understands what's going through in your mind. Pero, ayun, reminder to all the women in our lives, men are not mind readers. And reminder to all the men, women also are not mind readers. Sabi ng aking wife.
Communication, right? Mukhang gusto ko sumali ni Coach Reza. Empowered na ito.
Empowered na ito. But here's the thing. It's actually napakasarap na na experience na nahuhulaan mo or with your intuition, yung napipick up mo kung ano yung kailangan ng asawa mo. This goes both ways, husband and wife. But to me, I consider that a bonus. If you're able to pick up na, uy, yun pala yung kailangan niya bago pa niya hilingin, bibigay mo na. Bago pa niya tanungin, nagawa mo na. It's a bonus. But you know what? Right here, right now, I'm being reminded, right here, right now, you're witnessing right here, right now. I'm being reminded that my words, my own words, affect my own thinking. By considering it a bonus, I'm also telling myself that it's parang optional or bonus siya. So, right here, right now, I want to serve my wife more. She's right here, right now. Pag nandyan ang delivery boy, dapat drop everything. Kunin na agad yung delivery, no? Yeah. Ang galing yung icon mo.
Coach Reza, show us your face. Not just
Show us your face. No? Di niya kayo
ito yung bonus. Coach,
Yeah.
ito yung bonus.
Ayan ang bonus. Hi, Coach Reza.
Hello, Coach Reza daw. Ayan. Naka-headset ako, hindi niya. Ayan. Yun. So, in the question of paano yung relationships, dapat should I know, should my husband know? Yeah.
Oo, siguro i-paraphrase ko na lang. Sige, going back dun sa connection. How can we empower somebody to give them the courage to connect to someone na parang, hey, if you're feeling something and it's dragging you down, kumbaga parang nawawalan ka ng motivation even to wake up in the morning. Yeah? How can they connect? Paano yung dapat nilang gawin to start that connection with somebody else?
Ayan, I'm getting parang two questions now. From the person who is going through something or from a friend who wouldn't know if the person is going through something. Which of those? I guess I'll answer both.
Sige, Coach. Yay.
I'll answer both. Paminsan-minsan may lumalabas sa Facebook thread ko na parang I want you to know that if you're going through anything, you can always count on me. Tapos please cut and paste this para let people know that you're available. Actually, nandito yung isa nating participant in the Facebook Live na it was he has told me this story a couple of times na isa sa mga strong experiences niya with me is me asking him how he is. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sa Australia nga, meron pa silang campaign eh. Ang tawag nila dun sa campaign is parang something like, Are You Okay Day? Bakit Are You Okay Day? Once upon a time in Australia, mataas ang incidence ng suicide, and all they needed is to be asked, Are you okay?
Mhm.
In the Philippines, we don't have such a campaign. I think because compared to Australians, no, I think because Filipinos are more relational, mas natural sa atin na
Yes,
magtanong sa isa't isa. Oh, kumusta ka?
tama.
Ayan. Ayan, in other Western countries kasi medyo mas distant ang mga tao. Well, case to case. But in the Philippines, sometimes it's a matter of asking, how are you?
Mm.
Minsan we relegate to the social feed na feeling mo basta nabasa mo na uy may picture siya sa beach or nag-post siya ng kanyang bagong sometimes we relegate it na to the sidelines na okay na siya, nakita ko yung feed niya, okay na siya.
Mm.
Yet to me it's always a reminder every time na may nakita akong. So this is a harsh reality that we have right now, and maybe this is something that our audience can adopt as well. One of the things that I do when I see a death in the family of a friend, namatay ang nanay, ang tatay, of course everybody will send their condolences to that friend, no? To that specific friend. To me, I take it as a reminder na, hey, people are going through stuff. So bukod sa magko-condolences ako dun sa taong namatayan, maghahanap ako ng 3 or 5 other friends who sa isip-isip ko, sino pa ang ibang nangangailangan ng somebody to say, kumusta ka?
Mm.
So, I use this as a trigger point for me na parang, kumustahin ko kaya? Minsan nga minsan it's intuition na parang, uy, pinaalala ko yung isang tao, kumustahin ko. It's like what? 10 seconds? How are you? Tapos, minsan, hindi siya sasagot ng matagal. And then, later on, they tell me, thank you na kinumusta mo ako. So, yeah, use this if you find it useful. Find a trigger to remind you to kumusta other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Find
Joanna,
trigger.
it reminds me of yung Hoy Journal. Because that's what they plan to do yung Hoy Journal. Ayan, kinuha na.
By sinatad.
Yeah,
Tad
sila Karen
and,
Pahe.
Joanna. Joanne.
Hoy!
Hoy! Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Coach, kasi last week I got invited by, you're familiar with Miss Karen Pahe, right? She's part of the
She's a
Laurus
friend.
family. Yeah.
Yes.
They did this event called Huy Kamusta Ka? And the purpose of that is to support and provide help for emotional wellness. And it was actually really, really good. Related po siya dun sa mini-mention mo a while ago. That's why Jerome got reminded.
Yes. Ayun, ngayon na naka-pandemic tayo, wala na tayong opportunity na yung office mate mo, uy, kape nga tayo, di ba? Ngayon, wala na dun So, we need to be more intentional reaching out to people. Thank you.
Yes. And Coach, while you were sharing all of these things, by the way, thank you so much for indulging, for answering those questions na out of nowhere, right? Maraming salamat. But our friends here, our online audience, they are engaging and they are loving what you have just shared to us. So allow me to read some of them. Wait. Mag-umpisa tayo dito kay Jenny, no man is island, so reconnect with good friends. Winchester, yes. Arc, action, routine, and connect. Patrigante said, simple yet very powerful advice. Oh, my friend, Sir June. Yes, friends really do help in various ways. Janice said accountability for our actions. And again, ni-note ni Winchester yung sinabi mo, addiction is a disconnect from society. Kem Magbata, very powerful daw po yung arc. Sabi ni Janice, nakaka-relate siya sobra. Tapos yung mga girls in the crowd, coach, lahat sila nag-agree. Tita Florence, hello! Women
Hi,
are
Tita
not my
Florence.
but we have strong intuition. True. Sa mag-asawa po talaga yung, especially sa girls, right? So, tama po yung sinabi mo, Coach, do not wait for your spouse to actually tell you. Feel it. Mararamdaman mo naman yan eh. 'Di ba? Kasi there's a very special emotional bond that only the two of you can feel for one another. So, hindi rin talaga tamang sabihin na hindi ko naman alam na may pinagdadaanan ka. You should have been aware kasi dapat makikita mo, coach, yung changes eh. 'Di ba? There will be some telltale signs that you would see. Probably sa actions niya, sa words niya, sa moods niya. 'Di ba mararamdaman mo yun yung slight changes na yun, coach, right? Sabi ni Janice, ang ganda ng bonus.
Ayan, mamaya pagkatapos mo magbasa, kwento natin yung yung learning ni Will Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett. Mamaya balikan natin yan.
I love that. Sige, coach. So sabi ni Tita Florence, Coach Edwin, so nice to listen to your insights, sharings, and suggestions, plus free coaching. And also to Coach Reza, ang ganda ng bonus. Totoo, sometimes nadaan sa isip mo yung tao, tapos may isip mo siya na kamustahin. Kem Magbata. Charity, my sister, said, sometimes you were used as an instrument po to reach out to a friend na wala nang matakbuhan. That is so true, Charity. And for our audience, Coach Edwin, please allow me to invite all of them. If you are enjoying and if you are learning from this session right now with the one and only Coach Edwin Soriano, the author of this book, Be Happy Hungry.
Yes.
We invite you to please connect with us through the chat, through the comment section. And at the same time, we would like to invite you to please like and follow Laurus Enterprises, because if you are getting tons of wisdom tonight, I guarantee you that when you start following and liking the page of Laurus Enterprises through Facebook, then dito po lahat ng mga videos po namin and even YouTube, you are really in for a treat kasi marami na po kami na-conduct na videos and interviews similar to this one, and they are really full of wonderful insights. So, please like and follow us in our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. Currently po, streaming live tayo sa YouTube, LinkedIn, and recently, nasa Laika na rin po tayo. In fact, we have this event in partnership with Laika this coming Friday. It's called Connecting 101. So go ahead, please search for at Laurus PH or Laurus Enterprises in your browser, and we would love to connect with you and have you as part of our family. All right? So that's it, Coach. I think we have come... sige, Coach. Ituloy mo po muna before
Will
tayo
Smith.
pop up. Ituloy mo po muna si Will Smith. Yes. Ay, Coach, naka-silent. Naka-mute ka. Yes. Nawala.
Wala pa rin.
Hindi ko lang kayo.
Kala ko,
Okay.
Coach,
Nag-unmute pero hindi nagsalita. Ayan. Okay.
are you
So,
channeling
this came-
Coach, are you channeling Will Smith? Umaakit
Umaate. Ayan. This came out, itong reflection na to came about around a week ago when we were talking about relationships during a Bible study namin at Rise Up the 5 AM Club. Tapos, si Will Smith kasi, meron siyang 2-minute sharing. Naglalakad lang siya, tapos nag-Facebook Live na siya na ganyan. And then he was sharing na he realized that once upon a time, i-share ko na lang as if it were me, no? Once upon a time, I was a people pleaser. I feel that sometimes meron pa rin ako nun. And because I am a people pleaser, I would require other people, I would require my loved ones to affirm me or to believe in me when minsan that's not where they are. So
Mhm.
what I learned from yung kinukwento ni Will Smith is it is my responsibility to come into a relationship with happiness. Hindi hindi pwedeng i-require ko yung spouse ko na siya yung mag-provide sa akin ng happiness.
True.
Kumbaga, I will be sad until you do this, until you say this, until hindi pwedeng gano'n.
Mhm.
I can that is a formula for disappointment. To expect something from your spouse na hindi naman niya responsibility. That's another of the books that I read recently. Anyway, um, your happiness is your responsibility. My happiness is my responsibility. Your wife or your husband's happiness, you need to agree on this, is also their responsibility. See, Will Smith says it in a funny way. He says, I'm not here to make you happy, referring to his wife. No? You get your sorry ass here and make it happy. And then when we come together and we're both happy, and then we can magnify each other's happiness. But don't require
True.
it from me to make you happy. Um, and yeah, and this is a change that I'm making in myself. Once upon a time, I required Reza to do this and be this, and
Mhm.
before I smile or before I become kinder, etc., etc. And then I realized during that sharing na parang, kung maghihintay ako ng forever, sino lugi? Parang ako pa rin ang lugi. Na parang naghintay ako,
Yes.
nag-expect ako ng nag-expect. Whether, ayun, I'm letting go of my power when I can actually choose to be happy now instead of
Yes.
waiting. May prerequisite pa bago maging happy. That's the story.
That is so beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you. It's a
Thank you.
wonderful
Thank you for
reminder.
sharing.
Yes. Ako ano din, I honestly believe in that also, coach, na tama eh. Parang let's not wait for people to sa akin po ba yun? Sorry. Yeah, biglang may tumatawag. Um, nawala
Phone in
ako. Yun
question
nga,
yun, no?
phone, literal.
Oo.
Bigla ako
Okay.
natawa. So yun nga po, coach, totoo po yun eh. Kasi sometimes we will hear people na ah I will only be happy if
If,
yung if
yes,
the condition is there, right?
yeah,
Tama po yun eh. Let's not
that's a
give that
formula for disappointment.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, let's
and
not
yung
give that
word should din.
responsibility.
Kasi sa
Yes.
relationship, sometimes you should, dapat, ganon, dapat, but
Yeah.
honestly, hindi.
Oo. Parang, dapat ganito ka eh. Dapat katulad ka ng nanay ko. Dapat kasing galing ka magluto ng nanay ko. Dapat kasing galing ka gumawa ng bahay ng tatay ko. Dapat. So, yeah, it's a formula for the
Bigyan ko
type of
kayo ng
meaning.
Yes, bigyan ko pa kayo ng example. Early in our marriage ni Coach Reza, yung naiinis ako kasi yun, nakapaghanda na ako ng para magpunta ng kung ano man yung lakad namin. Si Reza, nagpapaganda pa siya. Minsan, sabi niya, parang, kung gusto mo pala ng asawang pangit, dapat hindi mo ako kinakasalan. O kung gusto mo ng asawa na mabilis maghanda, katulad mo, dapat pinakasalan mo na lang yung sarili mo. Di ba?
True.
So, we've been blessed
Perfect.
to have a spouse who is very different from us. If you wanted your spouse to act the same way that you do, you should have married yourself. So, yeah, that's a
That's
lesson that
true
I learned.
po. It's
Still
a good
learning,
reminder.
still learning.
Yes,
Still,
we're all learning, right? And it's
Mhm.
it's good to be reminded from time to time. Kasi sometimes even though you already know these things, these concepts, this parang ano ba formulas to really live a happier life, but sometimes you forget. You tend to forget because there are
Mm,
other priorities. Eh. So it's nice to be reminded na, "Hoy,
yes.
ano ka ba? Bakit mo inaasa yung kaligayahan mo sa akin?
Sa ibang
Okay.
tao. Yes.
Yes, right? So yes. So I think sabi dito ni Tita Florence, Joanna and Jerome, you have great questions for Coach Edwin. I can say he passed, wow, all
Pasado.
your
Thank you.
questions with straight to the point answers. Boom! Yeah,
Boom! Thank you so much, Tita
wonderful.
Florence.
Yes. And we have another friend, coach, sa Thrive community natin. Hindi ko yata siya nabasa kanina. Hi, Edgar. Sabi niya, love to read the book. In a little while,
Hi,
Edgar, and
Edgar.
for all our audience, yung gift po na minention ni Coach Edwin, ipapakita po natin how you can get it directly from Coach Edwin.
Wonderful.
So,
Thank you.
eto na.
Yes.
This is
Ito
the
na.
part. This is the part that I love so much. And this is what we call pop-up.
Pop up. Sige, game.
Yes. So, on this part, Coach, I am going to give you words or statements. Okay. And all you have to do, the very first thing that comes into your mind, that's why it's called pop-up. The very first thing that pops into your mind, yun po yung isasagot ninyo. No explanation, no assessment.
Yep. Walang
Unless,
isip-isip.
yes, unless, dahil ako po yung host, meron po akong liberty to ask further. Okay?
Okay. Sure.
Yes. And for our audience, feel free to join us in this section. If there are pop-up questions that you want to answer to, just put them or type them in the comment section. Just be sure lang po na isulat din po ninyo yung tanong para po para alam po natin kung ano yung sinasagot ninyo in particular. So, Coach Edwin, are you ready
Yes.
with our pop-up?
Ready.
First pop, what would be the first thing you do if you won the lottery?
Bring my wife to Europe.
How long?
2 months.
Yes.
Maging
I love it.
waliw.
Yes. Pwede po ba akong isama sa bagay, sa maleta?
Oo nga. Kailangan ng porter.
Yes. All right. Next question. What's the career highlight that you are most proud of?
Ito, recently, yung nagkakaroon ng mga initiatives ang club namin na wala na akong kinalaman. Recently, our leaders created Bibli-Aral for Kids. Parang, saan ang galing yan? Hindi ko... And I love it because the community is growing, is offering more, na hindi na ako yung kailangan maging prime mover. So thank you so much, Risers.
All right. How do you define success in one sentence?
Success is being the person that God wants you to be.
I love that. Perfect. Sabi nga ni Tita Florence, pass with flying colors. Okay, if you could snap your fingers and instantly make the world better. Sabi nga ni Michael Jackson, heal the world. What would you do?
What would I do? Be more authentic. People becoming more authentic. Okay,
Yes.
both to themselves and to their loved ones. Kung galit ka, it's okay, magsabi kang galit ka. Kung masaya ka, be happy. Kung nag-forgive ka, edi magsabi ka na nag-forgive ka. Hello, Ronald Gadayan. Si Ronald is one of our panelists at the World Class Filipino Summit this Saturday. So exciting.
Oh, wow.
Si Ronald. Ayun.
Alright.
Ayokong spoiler alert, pero sige, game. Thank you, Ronald, for being here.
Hello, Sir Ronald and Miss Leia. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Okay. Do you believe in life on other planets? Like aliens, ganyan? Naniniwala ka po ba doon? Parang Carl
Yes.
Sagan.
Yes, super. Once upon a time, I watched the movie Contact with, what's her name? Jodie Foster?
Jodie
Tama ba?
Foster. Yes.
Tama ba? Yeah.
Di ba parang ano po yun eh, based kay Carl Sagan book yun, right?
Yes,
Yung
it is a
contact.
Carl Sagan book. Yes, super.
Yes.
Yes,
Si
so
Carlan kasi
quick
ano, big
answer,
fan siya.
yeah.
Sorry.
Because kung walang life out there, it's a big waste of space. That was the line from that movie. And I agree.
Yes.
And by the way, habang nandyan tayo, one of our guests at the World Class Filipino Summit is a Filipino engineer named Greg Villar. Siya yung nag-manage ng landing ng Mars rover on Mars recently. We'll talk about this later. Back to you, Doc.
All right. Yeah, my husband is a big Carl Sagan fan, kaya familiar ako dun sa
Talaga.
movie. Yes. So coach, if you can come back in your next life as an animal, what would you be?
Ang pili ko cat. My cats, we love our cats. We have 5 cats here and they are so expressive. Parang feeling ko, konti na lang magiging human na sila. Or baka ako, konti na lang magiging cat na lang ako. But quick answer, cat.
All right. How do you, what is a perfect day for you? Or what is the idea of a perfect day for you?
Perfect day, waking up at the same time, at the right time, getting exercise, having meditation, being with loved ones, whether physically or connecting with them through our technology, and then being the person that God wants me to be. What does that mean? Serving other people.
I love
And then traveling also. Ayan. Pag nandyan na, pag pwede na, traveling, experiencing new things with my loved ones, with my wife.
Yes, I love that. Coach Reza, namumuro ka na ha? Ang haba-haba na po ng hair mo. Okay. So since na-mention mo na coach, travel. So let's just pretend that you can time travel. When and where would you go? A time, parang sometime. Is it in the future, in the past?
Ang una ko naisip, mga panahon ni Jose Rizal eh. Bakit kaya? That's the first thing that came to mind. I feel because in our modern day in 2021, we've forgotten what our forefathers have fought for.
Yes.
Yung liberties natin ngayon, yung freedom natin ngayon, yes, it's not perfect. Ang dami nating pwedeng i-complain about our own country. And yet, ang layo na ng narating natin. I feel that when I get to experience Jose Rizal and Andres Bonifacio, Juan Luna, parang feeling ko babalik ako in present time and I will feel more patriotism, even more than now.
Yes.
And will be driven to change, to create even more change. And I thank you.
It would be nice, no, to meet Jose Rizal nga. Grabe yung brains kasi niya din talaga eh. Okay. What is the one thing that people do not know about you, coach?
Okay, alin kaya dito? One thing that people don't know about me. Okay. I know how to speak Cuyunon. Cuyunon is a dialect in Palawan. Because once upon a time, I was assigned there as a volunteer teacher. Akadala ko aglimag Cuyunon. Kumusta
Ito po ba sa yun? Hindi po ba yun?
Ibang island, ibang group of islands yan. Kuyo Palawan, yan.
Alright.
Kumusta sa indong tanan, mga Cuyunon, salamat kanindo.
Ang cute. Para siyang
parang
may pagkakahawig din siya sa Bisaya ng konti. Coach, no?
May tay.
Sige. Last question for you, coach. How would you describe yourself in one word? One lang.
One lang.
Ang hirap, no, Coach? Sa dami
Sige.
ng word.
Oo nga. Um, love. Love.
Edwin is love. And yes, you are, Coach. We feel you.
Gusto
We
ko pa
feel
magsalita.
the love emanating from you. Not only for the love that you have for Coach Reza, but I believe for the people around you.
Alam nyo, parang feeling ko nag-overflow ako ng love ngayon kasi just yesterday at the World Class Filipino Summit, we had our guest speaker si Attorney Alex Lacson. Nag-uumapaw siya ng love. And alam mo, it's not yung hindi ako magugulat when I hear Chris Aquino says, tell her fans, I love you, or si Sharon Cuneta say, I love you, or si Katniel, they'd say, tell their fans, I love you. But to hear a man, a lawyer, a writer, tell our club na mahal ko kayo, parang that had such a powerful impact on me yesterday. This was just a mere 36 hours ago. To hear this man, dalawang beses na siyang nag-speak sa amin, and it's not as if close kami,
Mhm.
and yet he expressed his love to us during the talk. I don't know, something changed in me when I started
Mhm.
hearing him. And
Totoo.
I've been reaching out to people who I love the past 24 hours. No? I've been reaching out to people and letting them know that I love them kasi because of this example by Attorney Alex. Kasi parang kailan pa? Kailan pa nila malalaman na mahal ko sila?
Totoo, Coach. Kasi your life is not guaranteed eh. What if right after this show, something happens? So if you're not able to say that word to somebody else, it's very regrettable, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So love. Love, 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 love. Thank you so much, Coach Edwin, for answering the pop-up questions.
Radical love. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
may comment lang ako. Yeah, kasi
Yeah?
si Joanna, pagdating doon sa one word describing herself, madaya siya eh. Hindi niya maisip. So, she used two words combined to one. Yun. So, alam ni Joanna yung word na yun eh.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yes. I am here to let you know that to help you become the fantabulous version of yourself. Yon.
Boom.
Yon. Okay, Jerome, welcome back, Jerome. How do you find that
Hi.
pop-up section?
Okay, nakyutan ako doon sa cat na part, yung pusa. Kasi I love watching mga animal, and I always notice mga pusa kasi magaling mag-boxing eh. Nagbo-boxing sila eh. Ayun.
Ang ba?
Pinapanood niya kayo. Nakikinood to ng Netflix. Alam niyo ba? Si Jumper.
Yan. So, Jerome, I think it's time for us to talk about the world-class Filipino champions because Coach Edwin already showed it to us.
Mhm. Yes.
Ayan. And speaking of
Yes.
Netflix, no, ang guest namin this morning is the writer of the first animation, Filipino comics animation in Netflix. So, what is World Class Filipino Summit? The World Class Filipino Summit. Buti na tanong ninyo, no?
Sige. Coach,
Ito yung
sige.
principio. Yeah.
Yes.
Sige, go ahead.
For our friends, kasi na-mention mo na po kanina, 'di ba? You started the community Rise Up, the 5 a.m. Club,
5 a.m.
and then which gave birth to the creation of the World Class Filipina Summit. Tapos there's a Facebook group po called World Class Filipina Champions. So for our viewers tonight, can you share to us, Coach, what is the objective of the group? Who can join and what can they expect?
Sige. Let me break it down. Sige, let me break it down. Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club has been meeting at 5 a.m. every day for 1 year and 9 days. It was our
Wow.
anniversary June 1. So, wow, naka 1 year. So, all the risers in the house, thank you so much for journeying with us every day. Every day for 1 year, for more than 1 year, we've been meeting. Anong objective? It started during the pandemic. Objective is to help people get up. Kaya rise up. So, one, physically get up early in the morning to do what? To win the morning, win the day. That's the essence of Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. Pag nag-umpisa yung umaga mo with exercise, meditation, learning, journaling, accountability, clarity of your day, ano yung top 3 focus areas mo of the day. When you get that done in the first hour of the day, you can trust that the rest of the day will be so much better than spending your first hour on social media or whatever else. Okay? So there were days na 8 o'clock pa lang, feeling ko, quota na ako. Okay na ako. I can take a rest. Bakit? Kasi between 5 a.m. until 8 a.m., ang dami ko nang nagawa. Okay? And that's the goal of Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. Helping people be better than they were yesterday. Okay? Happy first anniversary. Okay? So that's Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. Earlier this year, noong January 2021, parang naisip ko, uy, medyo naka 7 months na, 8 months na ang Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club. Kung tayo mismo, meron tayong mga New Year's resolutions, goals for the year, nag-isip ako, where do we want to bring Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club? And in prayer, in discernment, what we came up with is world-class. Iangat natin yung antas natin, yung pag-iisip natin, yung pakiramdam natin tungkol sa sarili natin, so that we step into what God wants us to be. We step into the person that we were meant to be by God. And to me, that's being world-class. And being world-class doesn't mean, of course, it is part of it. Si Heidelin Diaz was one of our world-class Filipino speakers. She's aiming for the gold in the Olympics. That's one way to become world-class. Another of our world-class Filipinos, I'm not sure if he's still here, he's Ronald. Ayokong spoiler alert, but regardless of where you are, you can be world-class by raising your standard. You can be a world-class elevator girl. You can be a world-class manager of a team leader. You can be a world-class entrepreneur. You can be a world-class business owner or a business leader. How? By raising your standard. By thinking na the world deserves more of me. The world deserves more from me. That's why we were saying, offer more. Okay, offer more. Parang in the Rise Up the 5 a.m. Club, ang dami namin. Noong February, we started doing this. Here's the principle. If we want to raise our standards, we need to be around people who themselves are excellent. Kung gusto natin maging excellent, dapat yung mga kasama natin, excellent din. Kung lahat ng mga kasama mo, wala nang ibang ginawa kundi whatever else. Okay? Magiging ganun ka rin. So, I was imagining, what if we brought in to the Rise Up 5 a.m. Club people who are just really super excelling in what they're doing, whether they're an artist, an engineer, a lawmaker, a journalist, a writer, just like Budget Tan this morning. What if we bring them in our midst para mahawaan ba tayo? And that's it. That's the world-class Filipino Summit. How often do we have an opportunity to share a Zoom room with a writer whose work will be launched in Netflix around 26 hours from now? By the way, June 10, close to midnight, log in kasi ayan, i-release na ang 13 by Budget Tan and Kadjo. Okay? How many times do you have an opportunity to be in a room with an author of a book called 500 Years Without Love, talking about the leadership in the Philippines and why we think this way and how we can lead with love. How many times do you have an opportunity to be in a room with a life coach like Russ Huson, who can share how he has lifted himself up from being a janitor to becoming a coach and a mentor for the youth,
Mm.
for millennials. And that's the whole point of the World Class Filipino Summit. This is one whole month of sharing our space with excellent Filipinos from all around the world. We have entrepreneurs based in California. How many Filipinos do you know? How many friends do you know na gumawa ng business dito sa Pilipinas, tapos nag-expand? Saan siya mag-expand? Sa US. Can you imagine that? Establishing
Mm.
a business, growing it in the Philippines, and then bringing it, franchising it to Americans. Imagine that. What
Amen.
would happen if you shared a room with that person and learned
Mm.
from that person? That's what we're doing at the World Class Filipino Summit, bringing together excellent Filipinos so that we can learn from them, so that we can raise our own standards, our own thinking about ourselves para maging world class.
Yun. So, Coach, for our viewers, how can
Yeah,
they be part of this? I believe we have, ano eh, Coach, we have a Facebook group kasi.
absolutely. Yes. So the name of the Facebook group is World Class Filipino Champions. I believe si Sheila might have a poster for that. World Class Filipino Champions. It's a group. So nandyan yung URL sa inyong screen, facebook.com/group/WCF Champions, World Class Filipino Champions. So add yourselves in that group, and then the Saturday sessions are free. So every Saturday of June from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., we will have world class Filipino guest speakers, and then guest panelists discussing about 4 different themes. Ayan, this is a sampler of our world class Filipino speakers. Nandyan si Mommy MK, Bertulfo, who leads a community of 340,000 moms. Ayan, hindi ko na sila papasadahan lahat. Nandyan si Greg Villar on the upper right. He's the engineer who landed the rover on Mars. Nandyan si
Wow.
Ilak Diaz, si Mike Grogan, who is an adopted Filipino. He's Irish, but he considers himself, siya yung nagsulat na about a book about Filipinos, about world-class
Yes,
Filipinos.
yes. Mm-mm.
Sometimes it takes a foreigner to tell us how good we are. So that's why he's
Yes.
part of our lineup. Nandyan on the lower right, nandyan si Attorney Alex Lacson, who expressed so much of his love yesterday. He expresses his love for his country through his writing, through his books. Si Tyrone Dizon on the lower left is a builder. So kung kanina i-describe ko yung isang entrepreneur who expanded from the Philippines to the US, si Tyrone naman, he's expanding the Light of Jesus community led by Brother Bo Sanchez. Si Tyrone is expanding the feast in the US. Rebecca
Wow.
Bustamante over there on the left, she used to be a domestic helper. Now she is the
Yes.
prime mover behind the CEO Asia CEO Awards, Asia CEO Forum. So
Wow.
when you get exposed, and then on the right, no, yung nakatap, siya yung artist, si Anthony Francisco. Siya yung artist behind Groot. He works for Marvel
Mm.
Studios. He's the
Wow.
artist behind Loki. And yung PSG ni Wakanda, the
Mhm.
female warriors of Wakanda, siya yung
Wakanda
artist.
forever.
Wakanda forever. So yun, this is just a sampler. This is around 1/3 of our lineup. And It's going to be an awesome experience when you join us at the World Class Filipino Champions Facebook group. What's
Yeah.
different about this group? You get front row seats. Ano yung ibig sabihin nun? Yes, you can watch a recorded video, and yes, you can search for people on YouTube, but can you ask your personal questions? Can you have a selfie with them kahit na on Zoom? That's what's special here. You're in a community that will grow with you, a community of world-class Filipinos wherever you are.
Led by you, of course. And
We
by
do our
Coach
best. Yes.
Tessa. Yes. And
Thank you.
Coach, thank you so much for giving us a really nice glimpse of what to expect when people joins the World Class Filipino Champions Facebook group. But on top of that, Coach, and this is the reason we are having this special episode of the
Yes.
Manifest Master Inspire. Because for all our audience, or especially from everybody who is part of the Laurus community, Coach Edwin and Laurus Enterprises, we have a special gift for all of you. And this is exclusive to you, but you can share this to all the people that you know or everybody that you care for. And what is that? Balik lang po natin yung poster, my girl.
Yes.
All right. When you join this group, World Class Filipino Champion, the group is going to ask you to submit a form, and you will be asked for a code. When you use the code LEFEELCHAMP, okay, we are going to give you a very special gift later on. And this is an access to an exclusive event we are doing with one of the Millionaire Mind Intensive trainers, Mr. Robert Piopel, happening this coming July. So remember the LE Feel Champ code. You can share it to as many people as you want so that they can be given access to the event later on that we will be doing together with Mr. Robert Riopel. Mr. Robert Riopel is actually one of the trainers po namin, Coach Edwin, sa Millionaire Mind Intensive. So that is exclusive to you. That is exclusively given to you by Coach Edwin and your Laurus Enterprises family. So remember again the code. Go to the Facebook group link that we have just posted right now. Yan po. And remember the code LEFEELCHAMP because excited
That's
po
right.
kami na yung regalo po namin sa inyo. On top of that, Coach, what you have promised them a while ago.
Yeah. Sige, I'm about to give that also. Just to clarify, no, meron kasing free access, which happens regardless. You get free access to the group when you add yourself to the group. That's access to the Saturday sessions. The thing
Yes.
is, the World Class Filipino Summit is more than just the Saturday sessions. Just like kanina, kausap namin si Budgetan. Tomorrow, kausap namin si Tyrone. During the weekdays, there are sessions. Doon yung LE Phil. When you get VIP access, use
Wow.
that, gamitin nyo yung code na yon, LE Phil Champ.
Yes.
Or Champ.
Champ.
Ayan,
Yes.
Champ. Use that code so that you can get the bonus na sinishare ni Joanna. So thank you. Looking forward to having our LE Phil Champ people joining us at the VIP section. Ano nangyari sa VIP section? Sa VIP section, kasama kayo sa Zoom. Okay? Sa VIP section, you get the recordings of all our talks. That's what you get when you get the VIP section. Okay?
So
So look
nice.
forward to that.
Thank you,
I'm
Coach
looking forward
Edwin, for
to
the
meeting
generosity.
our M.M.I people, our Laurus friends over there.
Yes.
So, here it goes. Ang daming naghihintay ng aking free book. Ayun, it was an instant decision. So, here's what we're going to do. Send a message to my assistant, including your name and email address. Okay? And we will send you a copy of the book na hawak ni Joanna, Be Happy Hungry ebook. Yun, it's as simple as that. So that's a gift that I'm giving out to you. Send an SMS to this number on your screen, 0917-713-2323. Include your name and email address, and we will the ebook. This ebook includes my journey rising up from my heartbreak. And if you missed that part of the story that happened within the first 10 minutes of this Facebook Live, um, paano ako nakaahon doon, that's one. Meron din akong isang activity dito. It's called How to Find Your Life Purpose in 20 minutes. So that's also available in the ebook that we're giving away for this community. So maraming salamat sa lahat ng mag-avail ng ebook. Thank you so much.
Wow, you are so generous, Coach Edwin. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Worth it that we are here and that we are doing this special episode. Once again, guys, you can get a copy of the ebook Be Happy Hungry, written by Coach Edwin Soriano. All you have to do is to send a message to 0917-713-2323 with your name and email address, and they're going to send you a copy of this. This is maganda yung book, guys, kasi bukod dun sa pang-MMK na beginning of the story, but it's actually very empowering. Hindi kasi siya victim story. It's really a very empowering story for you guys, especially if you at your point in your life right now may pinagdadaanan po kayo or mabigot kayong nararamdaman. I believe this book will actually help you, and it's also a workbook, di ba, Coach, that they're going to do something here.
Yes. May mga journaling questions din siya.
Yun. Alright. Sulit po ba? Let me know in the comment section. Sulit na sulit po ba yung 2 hours that you have spent with us so far? Kasi kung sulit po, we're in for 4 hours more. Kasi wala pa po sa kalahati yung tanong.
5,000 pa lang yung natatanong.
Ayan. Sige. Alright. Thank you so much, Coach Edwin. We really appreciate everything that you have done.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, for all our viewers, once again, guys, if you want to be part of the world-class Filipino Champion Facebook group, go to the link that we have just posted in the comment section, and remember the code LEFILCHAMP, because you are going to receive a special gift from Laurus. Plus, there's something pa that Coach Edwin and the team behind World-Class Filipino Champions are going to offer from you. And at the same time, if you want to start learning how to be happy, hungry, okay? Call or text the number that is posted in the comment section. Provide your name and your email address po. Alright? So, Coach Edwin, other than that, meron pa po ba kayong gustong i-promote? If our friends right now, our audience right now, they want to follow you or they want to connect with you, where can they contact you?
Yeah, I'm on social media, Coach Edwin Soriano, ang nag-iisa. You can search for me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, add me. And yeah, I'd love to interact with you. My main invitation for now, well, dalawa ang aking invitation. Number 1, join us at the World Class Filipino Champions Facebook group. Number 2, love day by day. You never know kung hanggang kailan ka makakapagmahal or kailan mo masasabi, kailan mo maipaparamdam sa minamahal mo. Kaya huwag ka maghintay. Don't wait for it. Ngayon pa lang, let them know that you love them.
Love
si Edwin parang nakatingin kay Reza nung sinabi niya yun eh.
Oo,
Siyempre.
grabe.
Ayan, nandito si Reza eh. Nandito si Reza. Hindi nyo ba nakikita? Yeah.
Love day by day. That is such a beautiful reminder, Coach, and such a wonderful message to end our event. Thank you so much, Coach Edwin, for
Thank you so much.
sharing your experiences, your journey, your insights, and your wisdom to our online audience. Didn't we promise you that you are going to pick up tons of gems right now? I believe sobrang dami po ninyong naisulat because I wrote a lot. Ang dami ko po naisulat. Okay. So I'm going to share some of the things that I was able to write down kasi mabibilis po talaga magsalita yung mga speakers natin. Okay. Some of the things that I've written down from Coach Edwin is that when we invest in ourselves, the lesson is permanent to us. Okay? And we get to magnify it to others. We build values not only for ourselves, but for the people that we serve. Okay? This one thing. Build value for other people. Win your day and win your morning. Arc. If you are feeling down, anxious, stressed, sad, or whatsoever, and you're feeling down right now, remember ARC. Action, routine, connection. What do we mean by that? Take action, meaning do some movements. Depression happens when you are stagnant or you're thinking too much. So what you can do is to move. Take out the trash, do some walking, probably jogging, do something that is action-oriented, that would compel your body to really move, okay? Then, go to the R, which is to establish a routine. On a day-to-day basis, do something consistently, meaning sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, eat at the same time, okay, read at the same time. Do it consistently, okay? Then lastly, connect with people. Depression happens when you are disconnected. So go back to your human connections and you start remembering the things. I love this. You start remembering the good things about yourself, okay? Find a trigger to ask someone, "Hoy, kamusta ka na?" Ayan, ipasok ko pa yung, "Hoy, kamusta ka na?" Lastly, it is our responsibility to come into any relationship as a happy person. And let us not require it from anybody else, especially from our significant other. And lastly, ito na po talaga yung last, we can be world-class by raising our standard. Offer more. Yan. Let me know in the comment section, guys, if we have the... Ang dami ko pong naisulat. Sinubukan ko po na magsulat ng mabilis. Pero madami po talaga sinasabing magaganda si Coach Edwin and mabilis po siya magsalita. But I hope that I was able to impart something to you based on the notes that I was able to write down from Coach Edwin. And to all our audience, we thank you for the energy, for the enthusiasm, and for the love that you have shown Coach Edwin tonight, and even us here in Laurus Enterprises. And Jerome?
Well, thank you. I like to add, no, kasi it just reminds me what Blair Singer always say, your greatest asset kasi is your community. So whether economy goes up and down, whatever, you always have this community to support you, which you can connect with. Second, Joanna, it reminds me nung in-interview mo si Rob Ropel,
Yes.
doon sa Do Nation. He said this, don't be with people with the same mindset, because that's what we always say. But,
Yes.
yeah, but be with people who are growth-minded people. Yeah, because our life is meant to grow. Yun. So I think this community fits perfectly, especially if you want to be world-class. You have this community that can support you, yun, and get inspiration there. Yun.
Yes.
So what else?
Yes. Quickly lang before we end, please allow us here in Laurus Enterprises to invite you to the events that we are going to have this month on top of the World Class Filipino Summit being led by Coach Edwin. For this weekend, we have Harness Your Strength to my beloved coach as well, Coach Jayo Gawin. This coming Friday, we have the Connecting 101 in partnership with Laika, the social media app that allows you to share your experiences, but at the same time, earn you gems. On Sunday, we have the offliners. So if you are a business person or if you are a freelancer, this event is for you. This is the rise and boom of Filipino freelancers, and we have 4 amazing gentlemen joining us. Of course, you already know World Class Filipino Summit on June 26 to 27. We are going to have the very first OFCON virtual in partnership with Online Filipino Freelancers. Here, we are helping you, we are going to help you grow your freelancing business and at the same time create your own economy. And lastly, we're so happy to inform you that Laurus Enterprises is the partner of Mind Valley here in the Philippines. And through us, you can enroll to, kumate yung lalamunan ko, sorry. Nagbinata. All right. You can enroll to Mind Valley membership and you get discounts. That's it.
Pareho kayong naka-off.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hindi ito beer.
Parang beer yata yan.
Hindi, tsa.
Ano yan? Tsa.
Green tea.
Nagbinata ako, guys.
Yes.
I want
Okay, so
tea.
Yeah. So hope you get empowered tonight. Tonight's conversation with Coach Edwin. So we thank you so much, first of all, Coach Edwin, for really inspiring us, sharing all this wisdom, and also for sharing this opportunity to be part of a community that is world class. Yun. So this is a special episode. So we'll see you again in a regular episode, which starts on July 7. So think of Lazada na lang 7/7. I think they're gonna have a sale there. So but join us, yun. So we thank you so much for being active sa and also for being here tonight. So Joanna.
Yes, maraming salamat pong muli sa inyong lahat. God bless you all. And once again, we are sending you love, positivity, compassion, tenacity, resilience, courage, vulnerability, everything that you would need in your life right now so that you can thrive despite the crazy times. We are sending it to you from our hearts, from our home, to yours. Maraming salamat po to our online audience. God bless you and see you in July.
Bye.
God bless you. Thanks so much. Thanks,
Salamat po sa
Joanna.
Coach Edwin.